emotions translates to
Later in life.
many years later when they leave. Especially in your case, you became a single mom.
I did.
And you brought them up as a single mom.
Yeah.
So now in their 20s probably, or
Yes.
close
20, 22, 23. Yes.
So how does emotions translate to the time that they leave and you became empty nester?
Even just thinking about it brings tears to my eyes. It was harder, I think, because you're dealing with not a physical release from your body and dealing with that hormonal imbalance. You're dealing with an energetic release from your home. It's the chatter in the background. It's the knowing that they're in the next room sleeping or doing their homework, or the laughter, or dirty laundry on the floor.
Yeah.
What's that boy smell? Those kind of things.
Yeah.
I remember when I realized I needed to get a grip of things as I was cleaning their bathroom after they had gone. And there was a fingerprint on the door. The doors are always harder because the paint is different and it holds it different. And I started scrubbing it and I realized it wasn't dirt, it was somebody's fingerprint. And why was I taking that off? And I fell to the ground crying. It was so hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, Angelita, you got to get a grip, my friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to change the rooms. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, they're gone, and this room is going to be that, and this room's going to be this. One room up until about a week ago still had clutter, right? But the other, there were days, and I say days, where I would come home and go straight to my room, pull the covers over my head, and go to sleep. Like I don't want to see my home without them in it.
Yes, yes.
That was really, really hard.
Yeah.
But then you come through it. And then you wake up one day and you say, okay. And I talk to myself a lot. Angelita,
Me too.
you can't live like this. This can't be your story. You have to get up. And I force myself, I tell myself, Angelita, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, a half hour of exercise is the best antidepressant you can ever do for your body, and it's natural. So I learned early on, back in my new mommy phases, that a half hour outside in the sun, soaking that up, we have enough of it here in Southern California, does miracles.
It does.
Does miracles. And so when I feel myself, I'm like, little girl, go take a walk.
Exactly.
Like I scold myself.
Exactly.
And little by little, and then starting to teach more, and starting to give more, and starting to read more. I remember that I have a love of poetry, and I have a love of reading and writing, and it all stopped. And it didn't stop because they left. It stopped a while ago. Like
because you were too busy.
I was too busy being mom, right? And I forgot how much I love writing. And I forgot how much I love sitting under a tree and meditating. And I forgot how much I enjoy just being, because it's so crazy busy.
Yes.
Going and taking and doing and making and and the thing is I wouldn't change it for the world.
Promoting is that as moms, as women, as parents, we give and give and give, and we forget in the process, not because we it's because of love that we are doing what we are doing. It is not that we hate ourselves.
Right.
It is just we keep taking on responsibilities. We want to make sure that this being that we brought into this world, or the parent that was sick, or feels the love, is taken care of and everything. However, in the process, we forget ourselves,
Yes.
and we let our cup to run on empty. We forget that if we don't have anything to give, at some point we're going to crash,
Yes.
and everybody else is not going to receive the love that we so freely give them.
Yes. Yes.
So, and we push the things that we love to the side because we don't have time for them anymore.
Right.
Whether it is art in my case, whether it is writing and poetry in your case, or traveling, it's just we keep ourselves so busy that everything else we push to the side.
Right.
So I'm a very huge advocate of incorporating small steps or small pieces of what we love and what we at some point felt so passionate about into our everyday life. So we re-energize ourselves. So thank you so much for coming,
Yes.
Angelita. I really appreciate your time, and it is the emotions of and the feeling of seeing that home empty when your kids used to run around and talk and laughters and everything. It's really difficult. However, that is what we hope for when we bring these kids to this world, that at some point they would be able to independently being successful and productive members of their community.
Yes.
And even though it is difficult to let go, but we know that we should. Now, if you have a story to share, please contact me at azamirolian@healtheheart.com, and let's chat a little bit and see how we can get your story on video and inspire and empower other women and other people to live their best life. You take care, and talk to you soon.